Okay, very good.
All right. Okay. So good morning, team. So today we are going to go over the Google AdWords. So this is a 5-session series, and so today is our first session about Google AdWords. So during this training, so we have done Facebook paid advertising, right? And I know we did LinkedIn paid advertising. We've done content marketing. Uh, some of the team members actually wrote blogs as well, right? So we did all that. So we created social media marketing, and we basically did the entire suite of all the digital marketing, right? Search engine optimization, all of that. So the last topic for this training is basically the Google paid advertising. One thing, like I said, right, if you're a digital marketer, if you don't know how to do Google advertising, that's something I would actually question that skill, because this is something very basic skill set that is expected of every digital marketer, right? Again, you don't need to be an expert. You just need to know what it is, right? And if you want to be an expert, most definitely you can, kind of dig deeper into this, and focus just on the Google advertising. I know a lot of digital marketers have actually focused a lot on Google paid advertising. This is their full-time job, right? They actually manage 10 to 15 accounts for all the different clients, right? This is their main job as well. So if you really really specialize on this, you can actually focus on this. Okay, so unlike Facebook, unlike LinkedIn, Google advertising, Google ads is super powerful, very, very powerful. Right? So we use Google ads a lot, right, for our business, for Aleph Technologies. Our Google AdWords spend, I think last year and before last year, so we spent about, I think over $100,000. So we just started these campaigns, and so I think we are actually setting up some new campaigns as well as we move forward. Okay, now the most basic thing about so can you all see the screen? Okay, do you need it? Do you all want to make it bigger, or screen size is okay?
Yeah, it's good for me.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right. So the most basic thing. So again, we talked about the structure of how the campaigns are set up, how the Google. So basically, understanding this layout is super important, right? So first of all, there is this search feature. If you want to search for a campaign, sometimes some clients, some customers, some AdWord accounts have a lot of ads. You can search for this. There are reports that are available. There are different tools. There's a different tools that you actually use as a part of your Google AdWords. That option is there, and you have options for settings and billing. Okay. Andre, can you click on the reports? Okay. So different options that are there. So different types of reports you can pull and you can share with your client. Okay. So again, so we will go over this in our session 3 or session 4. So you can actually download reports. You can share these reports to your clients as well, how the AdWords account are doing, right? So can you click on tools? We will go over the reports in much more detail. So the tools, as you can see, there's lots of tools. You have the keyword planner. So this
You have called and speaking to someone else. You can call again later.
okay.
మీరు కాల్ చేస్తున్న వ్యక్తి మరొక కాల్లో బిజీగా.
Yasir, please be on mute. Can you mute Yasir, please?
Yeah, I just did.
All right. So these are different tools that are available. So this one tool that we use is called Keyword Planner. Super useful. Uh, Because there's lots of tools here. So as you can see, Priya did a demo on Google Analytics. You want to use Google Analytics, so you want to be able to track those.
हेलो जो कहाँ
And,
है
and
क्या कर रहा
yeah, if you,
गाड़ी चला रहा
hey Yasir, yeah,
I'm muted. I'm muted.
thank you. Yeah. All right. So the keyword planner is basically you can research for keywords and such. There's bidding, there is a shared library. There's a lots of options. We're not going to go over all these details. Google actually provides a good UI. All you have to do is just click on it. It just tells you what it is, right? Again, you don't have to get into all the details. There's something that we use, keyword planner. Google Analytics is something that we use. There's shared budgets, in terms of sharing the budgets and such, bidding strategies, the audience manager where you kind of manage all your audiences as well. So there's negative keywords list. We will talk about negative keyword list and all of that in much more detail. So we definitely recommend you to explore the keyword planner and Google Analytics. These are key things that we use, right? Depending on who your client is, you may actually end up using a lot more tools, but that's something that we use here. All right, so, and also can you, sorry. Okay. Now, can you click on okay, so the settings, can you click on the settings, please, Andre?
Mhm.
So here you have access, you have security, and you have linked accounts as well. So click on linked accounts. So the only thing that I recommend here, obviously, is Google Analytics. Right? This is something that's highly recommended. And you can also obviously, link your Salesforce account, the CRM tools that are there. So definitely use that. Google Play, all of that. There are plenty of options in Google AdWords. You may want to explore that. But for sure, Google Analytics is something that you want to use all the time. And at some point, I will show you how we track our paid advertising through Google Analytics as well. So literally, the data shows up on Google Analytics as well in terms of paid advertising. All right. Okay. So can we go back, please? Yeah. Okay. And click on the Google AdWords icon on the top. Yeah.
It's not clickable because we are already in here.
Oh, okay. Can you click on home maybe? Yeah.
Okay, this is the starting page.
So I wanted to kind of go over like all the three types of campaigns that are there in Google AdWords. So there is search ad, there is display ad, and there is YouTube campaigns right here. Okay. So the reason I'm asking Andre to share the screen because I'm going to walk through how to do display ads with Andre. So Andre can actually learn as we're doing this. Right? So another reason is like, hey, anybody can do this. It's just, this is super easy. Right? So here, so in terms of the different types of ads that are there for Google, and again, I'm only going to go over the foundations of the display ads today. There's thousands of options. We're not going to go through all these options, right? And obviously, as someone who is learning Google AdWords, this is your responsibility. You actually go in there, open an AdWords account, and look at all those options, right? Okay, so we have search ads. And so can anybody tell what the search ad is? Search ad?
So this is a pay-per-click,
Okay.
the one that shows on top of the page on Google search.
Sure. Okay. Priya, what's the search ad, Priya?
A search ad is actually a text ad in the format of a text ad, and it matches the ad group keywords with your with the query keywords to pull up your ad.
Okay. Okay. So sure, I think the most basic definition I would say, like Priya said, is it's a text ad, right? It's a text ad, right? So Andre, are you able to show an example of a text ad on Google? Right, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, just search digital marketing. Yeah.
So this one.
So here, this is a text ad right here, right? So let me just erase my content here. So here, as you can see, it says ad on the top, right, on the left-hand side, and then you have, that text right there is the digital business strategy online certification program. Okay, so all these are text. Udemy actually has, Udemy is bidding for that keyword, digital marketing, and obviously depending on the bid, depending on how optimized their ad is, text ad is, how much they are spending, all of that depends on that. And then basically Google will show these ads. I'm sure digital marketing, the keyword itself is, it's a high bid keyword. So basically, in this ad, somewhere in this ad, they have targeted that keyword, the keyword digital marketing, based on your region, based on your age group, based on what Andre's age group is also. I think that becomes a criteria. Let's just say, there's somebody, older than Andre, it's like a 70-year-old person, searching for the same keyword using Andre's computer. Okay, maybe it may actually show something else, because with some AdWords, some ads, they're targeting certain age groups. Yeah. They're targeting such a certain gender as well, depending on the type of the product, right? So so for example, it's like it's just like a feminine products, like beauty products, right? So what are the chances that Andre will look into it, right? And basically the target for the product is, is only females from a certain age. So there's targeting that, like, so depending on who you are also matters, because obviously, at the end of the day, a lot of people, as you can see right now, Andre actually logged in with his Gmail account, right? So whatever his settings are in his Gmail account, that is also considered as well, right? Because that's Google's data, so they will obviously use it, to target us. Okay, so the simple definition of a text ad, a search ad is basically a text ad, and you have certain keywords that you're targeting, and for those search ads, and depending on the type of the keyword, depending on how much you are paying for that keyword, the bidding, and depending on how much, how your competitors are, right? They could be bidding. I could be bidding maybe $5. Maybe I could be bidding $5 for this digital marketing keyword, and Andre may be bidding for $7. Right? If Andre is spending more, his search will show on the top of the page. Right? So it's as simple as that. Right? So I believe session 2, we will go over what a search ad is. Search ad is one of the expensive because obviously this is directly targeted. And so you have to be smart in using, search ads. So, search ads actually is expensive. Okay. And the next one, so can we go back to the Google account, AdWords account? And the next one is the display ad. So today I'm going to show you what a display ad is. Right? So can anybody tell what a definition of a display ad is? Like, what is a display ad?
Is it like making ads using like images and stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. Yep. So display ad, the term display, basically you're actually showing your graphics, the graphics on different web pages. Right? I'm sure if you notice, like if you, while you're browsing through certain websites, there are some ads showing like on the website, right? I don't know, if I go to CNN.com, the news channel, or BBC, right? If you look at BBC, so there are usually they show ads on their account as well. So basically, they're actually promoting ads on these most popular websites and such. Okay, so somewhere, while you're browsing, you will basically see this. I think, I saw a lot of ads on CNN. So, okay, so right here, that's the display ad. And so some company is promoting a display ad on Andre's browser because he is searching CNN. I'm not sure if Andre has looked for DirecTV before, and it just is this, that's Spanish, right, at the bottom? Like, is it, what is it?
Yeah, it's received 25% of
Oh, okay.
discount for
So
60.
actually, because Andre is in Mexico, obviously is showing Spanish specific ads. I'm sure there's somebody in Mexico targeting the audience, right? Because if I search for that, I won't find that Spanish ad, because obviously I'm in the U.S., right? I may see different ads. Right? So this is a different. This is more like a banner ad, I would say. So I'm sure, as Andre is browsing through, there will be more and more display ads that will show up on these web pages. Okay, so today we're going to go over the display ads in much more detail. So obviously, in order for you to create a display ad, you need images, right? You need high quality images, you need good images, and you need images that fit the requirements of Google AdWords, okay? What are the requirements? And I believe Canva, I'm not sure if you have explored Canva, the tool where you can actually create images. I believe they have an option where you can create images for Google display ads as well, right? I believe so, right? So display ads is something that we're going to go through. Display ads are the most, I wouldn't say most effective, but cost-wise, they are very effective, right? Because you get to spend less, and you can actually get more traffic. We use display ads to bring more traffic to our website. It's very cost-effective, like considering our business is global. We can do search ads in every country. We can do search ads in every product. We have like 50 courses, right? And we can do a search ad for every course that's available. Right? That's going to be super expensive. And I think of all the $100,000+ that we spent in the last year or before last year, I want to say like 60% of the budget actually went to the search ads. Right? Search ads are very, very powerful too, by the way. So there's no doubt, very powerful, because when you're searching for something, there is something that shows up on the top of the page. Of course, the chances are the customers will click on that first. Okay. And video campaigns, nothing but obviously your YouTube ads, right? And while you're watching YouTube, I don't know if you noticed, like there will be some ads that show up. Right? And obviously you need to have some good videos to do the video campaigns. You can use your YouTube channel videos to promote the video campaigns as well, right? So we will go over this in, I believe that's the last session. Okay, so as you can see, there's 3 types of campaigns, right? So you have search campaigns, and you have display campaign, and then you have the video campaign. Okay. Any questions here? All right, so let's move forward here. So Andre and I actually have, so we actually asked one of our team member, so the Photoshop team, they created some images already. So in order for you to actually create a display ad, you need images. Okay. I believe the images, the criteria for those images are actually in the Google documentation as well, or literally you can search Google display ad requirements, image requirements on Google. Google will show different sizes and such. Right? So Andre, can you show us those images that you have, that we already have? So Sandeep created those images, right? Okay, so this is one type of image. So when we're doing display ads, you need different sizes. You can create different images, no problem. But we need, so the way we're doing this is we finalize one design. So we look at one design and just said, hey, I need one set for my Google AdWords. So I work with my team here at the Photoshop team, and we created this image. Can you make it bigger? Like your screen. Okay, so this is one size, so 300 by 250, right? So this is one display image or display ad, I would say. Okay, now let's go to the next image again. These requirements are provided by Google, just so you know, right? And we will actually show you where to find these requirements as well, what sizes and such. So this is the same ad, but just a different size. Okay, okay, and go to the next one. So this is again a different size. So what they do is, they take the image and they try to fit it on the browser, like whichever browser that you're browsing, and they try to fit it on that, on that browser. So this is a different size. Right? Okay, and the next one. Okay, so this is a banner ad and such. Right? So this is like a, the horizontal banner ad. Okay, so these are the different sizes. So I need all these images because in order for me to create an ad, a display ad, I need all these different sizes. And these sizes are provided by Google, by the way, right? So Andre, for this demo purpose, we only going to use 4 images, okay? All right, so, so let's start with this campaign right here. So we want to start a new campaign, okay? Let's start a new campaign. Okay, so what is the goal for your, okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, thank you for clearing that. Okay, so here we want to set the goal, right? So you want to select the goal that you would like to make this campaign success to you, right? Every time, like when you go through like all the UI that's provided by Facebook and LinkedIn and Google, like literally you use the hover over and it will just tell you what this option is, like super simple. Right? Our goal for the display campaign, our goal for this display campaign is we want to actually get more website traffic. Right? We want more website traffic. And there are other options that are available, such as sales. If you want to drive sales, that's another option. Drive sales online, in-app buying purchases by phone or in-store, and you have leads. You want to capture the leads. So we don't want to capture, we don't want to use leads because I actually have the landing pages that actually captures leads already. So we're not going to use that. Right? So you have website traffic. Obviously, this is something that we're going to use today, get the right people. Product and brand consideration. Right? So if you're launching a new product, a new type of product or a new service, okay, this is something you could focus on. Brand awareness campaign, right? It's basically, for branding. A lot of companies use brand awareness as well. Right? This is very, very powerful. Right? App promotions. So if you have an app and if you want to drive some traffic to download more app installs like Adobe or or some custom app and such. Okay, local store visits and promotions. Right? Drive visits to your local store. Right? If you're a restaurant owner, of course you want to drive that kind of traffic. That kind of because you want people to visit your store and such. Right? And then you have this custom, you can actually use, create a campaign without a goal guidance. And that means, Google will not help you. I mean, you still have that step-by-step process. You have to create your own, right? Because Google is so powerful, Google AI is so powerful. Obviously, we want to leverage Google recommendations as well. Okay. Any questions so far? All right, okay. So let's go with the website traffic. Okay, so let's go ahead and create, okay? And here, because obviously, different types of campaign, right? So our campaign type, again, is display campaign, driving new customers to your website and build your website, your site visitor list with ads that's showing across the web. We can optimize it, we can automate the bidding, we can target, all of that good stuff, right? So we want to use display campaign because I want to spend, my goal for this, I want to spend the minimum and I wanted to drive more traffic. That's the goal. Right? We're not looking for sales. We don't want leads. I just really want to drive a lot of traffic to our website. Okay. Okay, so let's select display and continue. Okay, so here again, so Google always gives you some default recommendations, right? Or you can actually select so this campaign subtype. So you have a standard display campaign. Obviously, we're going with the minimum, and also we want to test it. We want to test how things are going, right? Smart display campaign, right? And you have the Gmail campaign as well, right? So what they are, so, most of them are self-explanatory. If you want to learn more, just click on learn more, right? And you can read through it, right? So for this demo, we're only going to look at the standard display campaign, okay? Which is the most basic. Select the ways you would like to reach your goal, okay? And obviously, we want to put our website here. You go ahead and put the digital marketing. Perfect. All right, okay. And then click on continue. Okay, so remember the structure. We had the campaign name, and you have the campaign group, like ad group, like a subgroup. And within that group, we'll have multiple ads and such, right? The same structure that we had on LinkedIn, the same structure, similar structure, right? Getting that concept is important rather than like, hey, this has different names and such. Obviously, these are different applications, but understanding the structure when we were like going through the Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads, the way they have it like a tabulated in different groups. I think it's super important to understand that concept. All right. So let's create obviously we want to have a campaign name. Never leave the default. Always have your own campaign name and such. And so obviously, you want to say DMI display. Okay. And just say, okay, you want to target US and Canada, just do US and Canada. Okay. So if I'm doing an A/B testing, I would definitely, use like, some kind of a naming conventions just for me to like compare campaigns from a campaign 1 to campaign 2. Right? For the simplicity perspective, so we'll just keep it simple right here. So the locations, okay, we want to target US and Canada. Okay, or you can enter any location. If you like choose enter location, enter another location.
Yeah, it's loading.
Yeah, you can target like, let's say, can you type Nigeria or something like that? Okay, see Nigeria as a country, you can target that. Nigeria as a state, or you can actually target certain city. Right? You can actually select in, like you can, like Andre is sitting in Mexico, he is releasing an ad in the US and Canada, right? So this is obviously the power of internet. This is what digital marketers do. Like, you can actually sit from anywhere and release an ad anywhere. You can manage any AdWords account, any part of the world. So again, for the simplicity's sake, we're going to target US and Canada, okay? And the languages, obviously Google is smart enough in saying, hey, English and French, right? Obviously certain part of the Canada speak French as well. And is there any other languages we should add here? Any recommendations from Team Canada other than English and French? Okay, all right. Joe?
Yeah, those are enough.
Okay, all right.
We usually use English anyway.
Okay. Yep. All right. So we want to target. So remember, our ads are not because these are images. We have not created any ads in French, right? Because again, most of our target audience, because I know most of the Canada speaks English. So our ads are in English, right? Obviously, Google is not going to convert your image and show it in Spanish, obviously, because your image is in English, right? All right, so what do you want to focus on? Okay, do I want to focus on conversions, my bidding strategy, or do I want to focus on impressions, right? The number of times my ad is showing on different websites, like the impressions, like we're going to show your ad on 1,000 websites. Okay, do you want that, or do you want actually conversions? Right? Conversions in the sense, do you actually want people to visit your website? Right? So we will just go with the Google recommendation. Remember, we're doing this. We are doing a display ad, right? And our conversion is basically saying that, hey, we want people to click on our ad. We want people to visit our website. Okay, so scroll through that. So, okay, so pay for clicks. We actually want to pay for the clicks, right? So, we can actually set the target, set a target cost per action as well. It's super simple. Like if you can, like literally everything is right there. Like Google is showing, it's like, hey, do you want to set a target cost per action? Of course, I want to set a cost, right? So because I'm testing this for the first time, always want to go with the minimum. Right? Always want to how much should we give per click for display ad? Any recommendations?
1.5.
1.5 what? Sorry.
$1.
$1.05. Priya, any recommendation?
No, Paul, no recommendations.
Okay. Andre, any recommendation? Joe, any recommendation?
Maybe like 10 cents, 5 cents.
Oh, why? Like,
Just the minimum.
okay. Okay. Joe?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, lower than that, I think you might not get any results.
Right. Okay, because you want to spend the minimum, right? And you're testing it as well. It's like, hey, how your ads are showing, because I know digital marketing is a very competitive area right now, right? So at the same time, we don't want to spend too much, right? I would go with the minimum, okay? So let's just say 10 cents, right? Let's see, right? Okay, so can you select the bidding strategy directly? Because this says, the link at the bottom. Yeah. Yep. Okay. You can also, select your own bidding strategy right here. So basically, there is like on the right hand side, you can actually read the description, what that is. Right? So Google is not recommending this for now because this is our first ad, for the DMI. So we'll just go with the Google recommendation, right? So definitely explore this as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, How much do you want to spend every day, Andre?
I
If
don't
just
know, maybe
10 cents
5,
click, right?
10. Yeah, it's per click.
Yeah.
So maybe $10.
Per day?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so
All right. So the reason why we want to do this minimum is actually we want to test it. We actually want to test how Google is going to perform with my ads, how my images are doing, right? You always want to go with the minimum. Like, don't go like crazy for the first time. Just put like $5. Google is recommending $5, right? I'm not going to pay $5 per click, right? That's too much, for a display ad. So we have to, again, we actually don't know what Google can bring unless I track this and I actually want to, see my output. I want to be able to see, I'm going to spend that $10 every day. That means like $50 per week. Or if I'm actually running my ad like throughout the week, like Monday to Sunday, that means like $70 per week. Right? $70 per week, $140 for 2 weeks, and for the month, whatever that is, right? So 300 something, okay, per month. So I guess that's reasonable for now, okay? Because depending on my ad performance, I may actually create another ad set for the display ad. I will probably spend another $300 there. All right, so let's keep going. So definitely recommend folks to actually go through each and every setting. Right? So here I have, based on my website, based on my account, the Google AdWords account that we already have, it is recommending some audiences right here. So we have an audience list here. Can you scroll through the audience? Like you have business professionals, help desk, CRM solutions, help desk, bank and finance, business technology, right? Collaboration, so ERP solutions, sure. Okay, now let's try to create an audience here. Okay, can we search for the audience? Yeah, because it's digital marketing, so I want to search marketing. Yeah. Okay, marketing strategy, product market training, product digital marketing companies. That's an option. That's a good keyword right there. This is why we actually like Google better, because obviously Google actually has so many options. Right? Yeah, advertising and market services, SEO and SEM services for sure, right? Enterprise. I would basically select most of these options. Right? Maybe not sales and marketing jobs, because we're not actually offering jobs, right? Starting a business soon, sure, why not? We want to target small business owners, right? Okay, now let's try to search. Like, can you search content marketing maybe? Or SEO, or SEM? Yeah, video marketing, yeah. So you definitely want to, actually target as much of audience, like, whatever the audience that you're targeting, right? For us, we're targeting people who are looking for certifications, who are trying to explore a career in digital marketing, all of this, right? So basically try to use as many keywords as possible. Try to narrow down that audience. That's better for you, for your campaigns and such. Okay, social media and this, yep, for sure. Right. Okay, all right, so are we good here? We have good audience?
yeah,
Okay.
very one.
So as you can see on the right-hand side, the number of available impressions, Is that 10K?
10 billion.
10 billion, like 10 billion, right? They're like, this is the power of Google, by the way, right? So 10 billion, right? And of course, you're not going to target all 10 billion people with your $10 budget every day, right? Because there are like, people like Andre spending much more, people like Joe spending much more because they got money, like they got clients who are willing to spend more money, right? And obviously, and there is this bidding strategy that's going. But the thing is, amount of the way they're able, like how powerful Google is, how they're able to target, right? And it's ROI for sure, right? So okay, so scroll down, and yeah, just do done here. Okay, make sure you click on done. Yeah. Okay, you got your audience. Okay, let's look at demographics. Okay, so do we want to, like, what are the age groups that you want to target? Like, parental status, right? You want to do that, right? So based on our audience here, I don't know, do we want to target people who are 65 plus? Maybe
I
not,
think not.
right? So parental status doesn't matter. Household income doesn't matter. Obviously, gender, we're fine with that. So, okay, I think we're good. Any other recommendations, team here? Okay, all right. Priya, any recommendations here in terms of demographics?
The demographics looks good. Other than the lower 50% of the income, it depends on how expensive the courses may be. If you're based on that,
Yeah.
you might want to select the.
Yeah. Now, I think that's too targeting for now, because the thing is, we actually don't know. We cannot accurately say that, the household income, right? Because, that depends. Like, people have businesses, people have, so I kind of, want to, because for me, especially the way I see this, the way I envision this is, okay, Priya has a Google account. Okay. Google actually knows how old Priya is, right? Because remember, when you open a Google account, you actually have to put your information there, right? You will not put your income, right? Or you will not share your income like other sources, like let's just say you're doing independent digital marketing somewhere else, right? So that information is kind of confidential, right? Maybe it's driving through credit rating, right? We don't know, right? So like this is obviously part of that Google algorithm. Maybe how much your household income is, maybe it's pulling it from credit rating and all that. So for me, it's like a little vague there, because I think, and I feel like, I can target the age well, because, this is the known information. This is the most accurate information. Definitely recommend. Okay, let's just say if you are, it's a good example, right? If you are releasing an ad for Tesla, right? If you're releasing a display ad for Tesla, right? Tesla or Audi, obviously these are luxury cars, right? So over 75K, right? Definitely want to use that household income thing, because you are actually targeting certain specific type of audience and such. Make sense? Any questions, team?
No questions.
Yes,
All
go.
right. Okay. Scroll down, right? So always remember the first class that we, first session that we did is like, hey, know your audience, know your customer, know your client. Okay. Let's click on target. Where do you want your ads to show? Like, we want to narrow down that, content targeting. Yeah. Can you click on that? Okay. Do you want to search by topics, by a specific website? Do you want to do use by keywords? I think keywords is most appropriate. So let's go for that. Yeah. We're going to create a type of audience here. Okay, let's keep a name here, DMI, US, Canada, what do you say? Display audience. Yeah, because it's my display ad. So save the audio. Okay, now search. Yeah. Yeah, go for it, Andre. What do you want to search?
Oh, okay.
Do you want to search for the digital marketing certifications, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. You know, I wonder how Google is, well, like why Google is like AdWords is recommending this kind of text, the long tail keywords. Do you know why? Anybody can guess?
Based on a search?
Based on what, sorry?
On search of
Yeah,
other people?
people are actually searching like this. You know, these are the search terms. Like every time you're searching for something, you know, Google is storing that search, right? And it's recommending. It's like, hey, people are actually searching for this, right? When they search for this, and make sure you know, basically what we're telling is like, hey, when they search for this, make sure whatever the browser that they're going through, make sure that you're displaying your, you know, display ads and such. Okay, and go ahead and save it for now. Again, as much, like, take your time, as you know, you have to add as much details as possible here. The more details you add here, the better. Okay, now you can go ahead and save your audience. Okay, click on done on the keywords. Okay, so basically, you know, you have the targeted keywords as well, right? The
Yeah.
content. Okay. Okay, so okay.
Not sure why it shows 0.
Okay. All right. So click on targeted keywords. Okay. Type you know, on the product side, enter your product or service. Yeah, right there. So type digital marketing. Yeah. Most of the time, actually, Google recommendation, the way they recommend is super nice, actually. So can you type certification now? Digital marketing certification. Okay. Now, yeah, just click on done right, on the top. There you go. Okay. Target expansion, we will look into this in details. Let's move forward. I think we got enough here. So there is this new option that's available where Google is recommending that a new responsive display ad. Right? I mean, based on our experience, it's not that great because is this something that Google will create automatically? So we're not going to use this because we have our own images. So we are going to actually create our own ads, right? So go ahead and change that in progress. So responsive, click on change here. Because we're not going to use the responsive display ad, we are going to create our own ads, right? So go ahead and click on upload display ads. Okay, and scroll down, choose the files that you want to upload. Let's only deal with that's just the 4 images, please.
Like this?
Yeah. Okay, so here on the left hand side, you see Google is recommending saying that, hey, supported sizes and such, supported size. This is super important. I know Canva actually has this automated feature. When you create an image, you want to do it for Google Display Ads, you can actually automatically do this. This is super important. If you don't have an ad, the display ad that does not support this this image sizes, they will not approve your ad. Okay, so it's very important. Like when you start your like before you start your campaign, make sure you have the images ready. Okay, make sure you actually have good images ready, like clean images. You don't want to put paragraph information on the image. You know, you want very crispy. You want very crisp image, like you want good logos, all of that information, right? So super important. So we'll talk about, the image, quality, the image size, and what you want to put in the image. Like very important. Like if you don't have this right, your ads will not be approved. Okay. So with the minimum text, maximum logos, I think because your ad is so small, right? It's showing on the browser. You want to make sure that you want to make sure the optimization, the way we want the way you want to send this message is very clear. Okay. In our ads, if you can see, it's like all I have is logo in the middle. My focus is on logo, right? And we have our vision statement, like basically our tagline. It says digital skills for all, and basically we're saying globally accredited digital marketing certifications. And at the bottom we have our website. I know it's not super visible. The goal is not for us to actually promote our the website link on our ad. In fact, we actually want people to click on it. Right? So any questions here, team? Okay, so make sure you definitely have to make sure that your image quality is very important, and the size is also super important. All right, scroll down, please. Okay, anything else that you want to add, Andre?
Not really. I think we should just click on this, add to ad group. So it's been added.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tomorrow, like let's say once you release this ad, and tomorrow if you want to create new images and if you want to add a new ad, you can certainly go to this campaign and you can create a new ad, click on new ad, and you can add new images as well, right? For now, I have 4 images. The way Google is going to do is Google is going to rotate these images on the browsers, right? Google is going to rotate these images based on my audience, based on my preferences, based on my keywords, based on my demographics, based on my content, keywords, everything based on that. It will actually display this ad depending on who the user is, depending on what their interest is, depending on what they're searching for. Okay. All right, go ahead and create it. Okay, so here
Something.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Did you name your ad?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Display ad.
I don't think we named the ad group. Right? That's fine.
Oh yeah, we did not.
So, well, make sure, like, obviously you need to make sure that you need to add group one that's recommended by Google, but you want to actually make it, customizable for you. So in that way, for you, for you to kind of, because you will be releasing multiple ads. Just imagine you have, you're managing 5 Google AdWords accounts, right? You should be able to kind of, manage this properly. Right? Okay, so this is what we did as a summary, right? So we have no end date. Ideally, you want to keep an end date, right? So here there is no end date. So we started this ad on January 4th. Can you scroll up, please? Yeah. So here, generally, like when you're releasing the first ad, you want to have an end date, like you want to release it for 1 month. Okay. So we're targeting Canada and US, English and French, standard. Our goal is website traffic. Our campaign budget is $10 per day. We want to give 10 cents per click. Okay. And then we have the demographics. We have, we have the age, we have the parental status, the household income, our audience is built, our keywords is built, okay? And keep scrolling down. So basically, when you create this campaign, you want to give those, like, some options, you want to give up those, you want to leave those default options, right? Because, obviously, Google has a very good AI, and they're able to optimize your, ads well, right? Because Google is powerful. Right? Yeah, continue with your campaign, Andre. Okay, there you go. So your campaign is released. Okay, yeah, just can you, rename the ad? Yeah, go ahead and. Ad, yeah. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and open those ads. Can you see?
Hold on. Something went wrong. Hold on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, go into those ads. Okay, so there you go, team. So we have just released the display ad. Okay, so it says status is under review. Okay, my ad type is image. Okay, and once we have an approval, as soon as as soon as they approve, they actually send us an email. Right, they send us an email saying that, hey, your ad is approved, it's under review. Sometimes they actually reject your ad too. And they don't do it manually, it's all automated. Sometimes you can kind of contest your, like, hey, why did you disapprove my ad? Like, I have everything in here. Uh, so they will look at your ad account, they will look at who you are, they look at the authenticity and all. Sometimes it's automated. So you kind of have to look at, you kind of have to monitor this. Right? There is plenty of options here. So if you look at this, clicks, the impressions, CTR, all of that. So can you click on one of the image right here, Andre? Okay, and click on that link. So this is one of your display ads. So it's going to show up in one of them. So, let me know if you're in Canada, because we're, obviously once it is approved at some point within a week or so, you'll probably start seeing these ads as well, right? So this is one of the ad. And likewise, we have 4 ads that are under review right now. Okay, so so definitely request you to kind of review all these options. There's plenty of options. And here there is something called keywords. Like, you have keywords. There's negative keywords. Click on the keywords right here. Okay, so these are the keywords that we are targeting, and the display keywords. And there is also negative keywords. Okay. You also want to kind of do some research and ask for like negative keywords and all that. So for example, in our business, we do Scrum and Safe. Safe, I'm sure you've done a lot of ads on Safe, Scaled Agile, Safe, and everything. Like one of my team member was telling me that she's getting calls from driver's license, safety driver's license, right? So that's, yeah, obviously it's coming from Google and it's kind of giving the wrong kind of attention because we're providing scaled agile safe certifications, SAFE, right? Because it's a scaled agile framework, right? But the thing is, Google also is looking at it's like, hey, you have safe, those first four letters is like, hey, maybe they're basically up because we're not telling Google, it's like, hey, you need to, we're only targeting these people, right? So most recently, we didn't look at our AdWords account and all that. We've been getting calls from the safety drivers, instructors like, hey, we don't provide any driving instructions. We're an IT certification, courses, say scaled agile safe is an IT certification, not a driver's license. So we kind of had to optimize our ad at that time. Right? So obviously, somebody from our team kind of overlooked that. It's not a good thing. So definitely need to, so let's just say if you're looking for doctors, right? You don't want to, if you're releasing an ad for a doctor, you don't want to just look for the keyword doctors, right? You want to ask the doctor what his specialty is. It's like, hey, is it general medicine? What kind of patients? Like, what is your interest? Like optometrist, like whatever kind of profession there are, you want to target those keywords, right? And in some cases, you may actually, although you're releasing an ad for a doctor, you may actually use doctor, the keyword itself, in your exclusion because that's not what you're looking for, right? And also it's part of your bidding strategy too. It's like, if you're releasing an ad for a doctor, everybody is targeting that keyword doctor, right? And that's kind of an overrated keyword. You don't want to go after an overrated keyword that's super expensive. Instead, you want to focus on your focus area, right? Instead, you want to focus on your client focus area and such. All right, team, any questions here? So highly recommend you to kind of explore all these options, the landing pages, the keywords, the settings, and all of that. So you have an option to open your own AdWords account using your Gmail account. And we want you to actually explore all these options, like on the left-hand side. And basically, if you see the ads that are there, like, so the way the structure is, okay, so these are my type of ads and all my, campaigns are right here. You can click on those campaigns, you can, dig deeper into that and kind of see how your ad is performing. Okay? Usually, it takes about 2 to 3 hours for us to get approved on the ads. Once it is approved, we will, obviously, we will show you how our ad is doing and all that. Okay, so with that being said, any questions here?
Actually, my question is, so for the billing, like per day, you mentioned $10. Why could have we gotten $5, for instance?
Sure, the minimum, the better. Right.
So
yeah, I mean, it really depends, like, because, for me, obviously digital marketing, we are everywhere, and I think $10 is fair, to be honest, right? Because this is the first time we're doing a display ad, so we really want to see that performance. So the minimum, the better. Yeah. So if you say $5, sure. I mean, if you're releasing a display ad for a doctor, like somebody's like a small business owner based in Toronto, I would definitely start with the minimum.
Makes sense.
All right, team, any other questions here?
Can I just ask, in terms of payment, when do you make payment? Is it after the ad gets approved?
So your account is set up already. So when you set up an AdWords account, they request you to, obviously put all your payment information there. It's an account setup process.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Right? So my account, my bank account, like the company bank account is set up already. So once this ad is approved, once I start getting impressions and clicks, and basically they will take the money, right?
Okay.
Based on what we notice is they immediately take some, because when I look at my bank statement, they take 500 first, okay, and they take 500. They'll use all of that budget depending on how many ads that I have. So they kind of keep that balance all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you have to be very, very careful though, very careful in terms of how much you're spending and all that, because it's literally taking money out of your bank account. Like you're writing a check to everybody. To Google, you have to look at this almost every other day. So like how much your budget is and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Paul, I have a question. Priyanka this side.
Sure.
So if we have to link our bank account with the Google AdWords, account, so how we are going to practice it? Like, is there, any way we can, experiment all the options without?
Sure. The thing is, you're not releasing the ad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although you're putting your bank account, I know in some countries they give credits. I believe like in India and Philippines and all that, Google actually gives like a 200, their local currency credit, right?
Okay.
So basically you're not releasing an ad. So if you have a credit card, I recommend you to use credit card instead of your bank account,
Mm-hmm.
checking account and such.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you're not actually releasing an ad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So unless until you release an ad, they will start taking money from your account.
Cool. Understood.
Any other questions, team? All right. Okay. So I wanted to share some of the ads that we have done in the past. Let me log into my AdWords account here, and then I will share my screen. Meanwhile, any questions, please, just let me know. Display ad, you always want to start with the display ad. So when you're setting up a new AdWords account or a new campaign, always start with display ads. Right? So it was like, hey, Paul, why did you not do YouTube ads? YouTube is also like very cost effective. But the thing is, what are the chances that that your client has a YouTube account and basically they have videos and such? Like, what are the chances, right? Most of the time, obviously, I know, as far as I know, like most of the time people don't even have their YouTube channel set up, especially the small businesses and such. So some of the ads that we have released in the past, some of the display ads. So Google will actually show you which ad is optimized, right? Which ad is doing well. So in your landing page right here, it will actually show you, how your ads are doing. So Google always recommends this thing right here. And I would not use it because I want to control my ads as much as possible, right? So Google always recommends when you click on this apply, it will automatically apply whatever the changes that they are, asking for. But I would not use it just because, I want to control it. I want to kind of manage it, right? And such. So if you look at my search ad, so right here, so this is my performance on the search ads. Okay. And I have my display ads right here. So apparently some display ads do well, some display ads, are not doing well. So depending on which ad there is, you kind of have to obviously we're in a different campaign right here. So depending on which type of ad there is, you need to definitely kind of monitor this, continuously monitor how your ads are doing and such. So in general, so this is how they basically show, like, number of impressions, number of clicks and such. So we have done a lot of ads in the past. So display campaign. So overall, let's just say our budget all time. We've been running this Google AdWords account for, I don't know, I'd say from 2017. So this is our spend right here, right, on all our display ads, starting from 2017. Right? So 780K clicks, conversions, and then the amount of money that you spend, the amount of clicks that we got. Look at this display ad right here, and the number of clicks that we got. Some are paused, some are running. The thing is also, you have to, one is disapproved. Like everything is perfect. Like, hey, why did you disapprove it? Like sometimes it's just Google is crazy, right? So you can, how, like all of this information, you can also see this in Google Analytics as well. So this information, like once you connect your Google Analytics account, you're actually able to, see this on Google Analytics as well. Okay. Any questions here? Okay. So I believe once we have this approved, so we will actually, see the traffic and all that. You'll start, seeing this data in here. All right, team. Any questions here?
For the ad optimization, like on the dashboard you just showcased just months ago, it says 75%. Is that a good number, or do you typically have to go higher than that?
So the ad optimization, I think we can certainly go higher than that, because this optimization really depends on how your ad is doing, how your images are doing, right? It's a continuous effort, right? You can't just release an ad and then just leave it like that, right? Optimization is like you keep on adding keywords, you keep on playing with the keywords, and it's like, hey, this is working, this is not working, and all that. Right? So it's a continuous effort per se. Make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
All right. So, team, any questions here? Okay. All right. So we have about 19 people here. So let's do a quick Kahoot.